Tyreek Hill expected to play week number 16. Devon Achane expected to play week number 16. Whole bunch more, JT. We've got a whole bunch more of information to drop for you. Removed from the injury report. And we still have some potential Zach Moss to miss week 16, rumbling. So there's a whole lot to talk about. This guy right here, Travis Kelce, do you trust him? He's no longer an alpha off the field. Is he an alpha for one or two more games on the field? The Fantasy Football Show begins right now. Well, I guess the intro might need a little kickstart. Let's try that one more time.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live!
Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
So, a lot to go over, ladies and gentlemen, as we break down week 16 and all the potential news that impacts your potential fantasy football championships, and we'll take your phone calls, answer your super chats, potentially have some arguments, some debates, some mashed potatoes, all of the above. Appreciate every single one of you being here. File on in the door. First in the building tonight was Travis Rowe, and if I don't say thank you enough to Travis, specifically Travis in terms of the mods, I just want to say thank you, Travis, for pretty much always being here. Like, look, Sick Nasty, Blackbeard, Terry Roberts, Vamp. We've got an amazing mod crew, but Travis puts in more hours than ever. Than anybody else. Second in the building, Lupo, Kenny, and then Peanut Butter Cups. Ron Navy in the building. Ron Navy, appreciate him, even though I constantly finding that him and I are either agreeing 100% or yelling and screaming at each other. I still always appreciate Ron. Everybody in here appreciates Ron. D-Money. But I don't appreciate you guys enough. Manny, Lucas. I want you to know, Kentucky, everybody. I appreciate you. Wheel Stipe Selly, Perps, everybody that comes in every single day. I appreciate you. Without you, the show is nothing. Let's get to the news. Tyreek Hill. Look, Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel says he feels good about Tyreek ankle for week 16. The fact that he almost played last week, tells me he's playing this week. I highly, highly, highly doubt he sits. And I think everything points to him playing this week. If there's a setback, sure, he might not be in the game playing in week 16, and he'll screw you. Some of you already feel screwed because you got knocked out last week when Tyreek Hill sat. So it's just one of those things where it's like a player can be the best player in the league all year long, but some of you feel burned because in week 15 you lost your matchup because this man sat. But some of you had a bye. Some people that had week numbers, or that had Tyreek Hill had a week 15 bye, which is fantastic. Hopefully you get him back for the semifinals here. Anybody that owns this man. Devon Achane upgraded again. Devon Achane will play week 16. That is for sure. He will play week 16 unless he suffers a setback of sorts. He will play. Tyreek Hill is a little more iffy than Devon Achane. Devon Achane has been deemed to play. So get him in your lineup. I don't want to hear any, do I start Devon Achane or my running back 3? You want to regulate him down to a running back 2 or flex play? Fine. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you all show long about whether he's your running back 1, your running back 2, or your running back 3. But he doesn't deserve to be on anyone's bench. Plain and simple. Jonathan Taylor, as I mentioned at the top of the show before the intro, removed from the injury report, and he will play week 16. And there's some serious concern that Zach Moss won't even play. So probably a very, very good day workload volume-wise for JT. Devon Achane, let's go. Devon Achane. Hey, wait, what's that? What?
Report to your shuttle to Saturn. Your shuttle is leaving. Prepare for departure. Touchdown probability high.
Yeah, touchdown probability is always high when Devon Achane is in the lineup. Aaron Jones removed from the injury report, I'll believe that when I see it. But, if you got him, he's a good play. Running back 3, flex play, but not a lock to start for you because you might have better options. You might have Ty Chandler stepping up. You might have guys like that. Geno Smith was removed from the Week 16 injury report. How do you not play and now you're removed from? It doesn't make any sense. But that's the way injury reports are. You can't even believe them nowadays. But this is good for DK. It's good for everybody involved. Although, Drew Lock held his own. I think you want continuity. I think you want the DK we've had pretty much all year. I think, Lock could get figured out. We've seen this song and dance before. Lock could go out and just get rattled and rocked to pieces. Sometimes stepping in like that, you get a little adrenaline rush. Think Joshua Dobbs. Think Ryan Fitzpatrick in years past. Think Taylor Heineke in years past. Think Bailey Zappi. There are oftentimes you step in and you have a big game and everybody thinks you're back. But if you were really back, wouldn't you have done something by now? I'm not saying that Drew Lock doesn't have some sort of talent. I'm not trying to tear down what he did, but let's not pretend like he's something that's going to be sitting there continuing to produce. And Geno's better for the situation. So that's good. That's good. He will play against the Titans. We put in DK Metcalf into Ziggy. Show me the front door. Michael Pitman, in a shocking turn of events, cleared the concussion protocol and will play Week 16. Ziggy, show me the front door. Will play Week 16. However, as I said yesterday, this is not something where I feel like he's out of the woods. I don't necessarily agree with shoving him out onto the field. I know the Colts are trying to grab a playoff seed. I get it. A wild card spot is up for grabs. But just because you're not currently in the concussion protocol, which is what that test does, the test doesn't say, is he vulnerable to another concussion? The testing is, are you currently in a concussive state? That's all it does. Concussion experts have come out and talked about this, saying anybody that thinks they know anything about concussions is blowing smoke right up your rear end. So, look, for fantasy-wise, you got to put him out there. I'm not saying to worry about another concussion on the field. He'd have to take another hit. It's that's a guessing game that nobody should be partaking in the final 2 weeks of football. So throw him into your lineup. It's great news. From a fantasy perspective, it's great news. I'm just saying I don't know that I agree with the morality of it. There's Devon Achane again. Devon Achane sitting right there. Look at him.
Devon Achane, please report to your shuttle.
Yeah.
Saturn.
He's on his way. He's on his way, Ma. Get the meatloaf ready. Get that Mars meatloaf ready. That Saturn meatloaf. Ramondre Stevenson ankle will not play Week 16. So Zeke Elliott is a solid start, if you will. I think I'd say that at best. The guy's done nothing on the ground. He was the number 1 running back in Week 14 from a fantasy perspective and did absolutely zero on the ground. So he needs all of it through the air. Last week, his second week starting, nothing on the ground. Like, this guy averages 2 yards a carry. And he has to have everything in terms of receptions, which could happen, but I don't think you bank on it. Jacobs' quad was upgraded to limited. This is weird because he was trending toward playing. Zamir White looked like a lost cause. Ziggy off looked like a lost cause for Week 16 in terms of like saving everybody, getting another running back start out of Zamir White. We were excited about last week. He did great. He was a fantastic plug and play who we talked about on this show, and he absolutely helped people advance. Fantastic job, Zamir. So we were a little hopeful. Maybe we get a little Zamir White Week 16 action, but we heard early in the week that Josh Jacobs was totally intending to play, and then he got downgraded yesterday. And now he's been upgraded back to limited participant in practice. Probably going to play. But if for any reason he has a setbacks happen, then Zamir White to the freaking moon again. And he might have been cut in a lot of leagues already. Trevor Lawrence, concussion, chances of playing Week 16 are a coin flip. For those of you that went to college, that's 50-50. So we will see what's what. Hang tight on that one. Appreciate you. Kenneth Walker shoulder, questionable, is expected to play. That's good news.
To the moon.
We have talked about this a couple times on the show with a few questions that are like Kenny Walker, Chandler, Kenny Walker, DK Metcalf, Kenny Walker. You have to err on the side of caution more than anything, I think, with Kenneth Walker. If you have a solid Ty Chandler option, it feels pretty solid. Like, that feels pretty safe. I almost lean Ty Chandler over Kenny Walker. However, I'm very excited about Kenny Walker. And I want everybody to know, just because I say, okay, that's close, or maybe I go, Mike Evans, maybe I go DK Metcalf over Kenneth Walker, that does not mean I will not be here celebrating every single one of this man's big plays, every single one of this man's touchdown opportunities. So, what is that? I think our dog is going crazy. Indy, our little dog, he barks a lot now. He used to never bark. Now he's barking. He found his voice. I don't know what the hell. It's like late at night, he just starts screaming. Kenneth Walker, get him in your lineups if you have any sort of questionable call whatsoever, and if you've got a dilemma, we can work it through case by case on Kenny Walker, because he still could share with Zach Charbonnet. And then this last piece of news, I mean, there's other pieces of news floating out there, but I think these are the big things for the day. The NFL fined the Falcons for failing to disclose Bijan Robinson's illness in Week 7, as they should. The league fined Coach Arthur Smith $25,000 and the team $75,000 for not listing Bijan on the weekly injury report with a headache and or illness of some kind. Robinson barely played against Tampa, vexing both Falcons fans and fantasy managers. Hopefully Arthur has learned his lesson. Funny that CBS writes it that way. Arthur Smith doesn't learn a lesson ever. And I think the only way Bijan can score big this week is if we all bench him. Such a frustrating thing. Like, when you really think about it, imagine, go back in time. Adrian Peterson, some of you may not actually have played fantasy then. I, of course, did. I was actually doing it professionally then. I played way before that. But back then, can you imagine Adrian Peterson, top 5 running back as a rookie, or Saquon Barkley, top 5 running back as a rookie? You think about these things, and what if those guys had entered a situation where the coach didn't want to use them? What would their careers have turned into? How would they look in year 2? How good would they ever really become? How much hampered is Bijan with the running back having a 4 to 5 to 6 year shelf life now? How hampered is this man? It doesn't matter if the mileage is really low. If he starts getting full volume next year, he'll still have the 4 to 6 year shelf life. The body kind of breaks down at a certain time. Mostert's kind of defying odds right now, but he didn't have a huge volume, leading into the 30s. So it is very, very different. Even if you start slow, like Derrick Henry, part of why Derrick Henry potentially lasted a little longer, 29 years old, the anomaly, because 28 is the new 30. So if you're 28, Austin Eckler, and you've had a heavy workload your entire career, you fall apart in your 28 age season. Unless you start off like in Kamara, even though Kamara crapped the bed this past week, Kamara didn't play in the beginning of the season, so there's some potential anomaly type stuff there. And his size, his usage is very heavy, pass catching and running, similar to McCaffrey. Why McCaffrey probably does have the one more elite year, and then we start worrying about McCaffrey. But we give McCaffrey 2024 as the running back 1 because he's freaking earned it. But Bijan, you've got to ask yourself, is his career being cut short? Is he incapable of reaching certain numbers and records and being as good as we think he could become? Maybe he won't be generational because he's now got a stunted growth. I don't know. All I know is I'm not wrong that he's a top 2-3 running back talent in the National Football League. I am not wrong. The outcome is wrong. My projected outcome is wrong. I said he'd blow up this year. He has not. A lot of people did. I'm not the only one, but I don't care about other people. I care about what I said. I don't care about what Bob said, this content creator, garbage content creator here said, or this person said. I care about what I said. And I said Bijan would go crazy, and he hasn't. That's on me. I know I'm not wrong about his talent, but I was 100% wrong that he would be fully fed. That's on me. I'll make amends. I'll make it up to you. I promise you that. That's the news for Week 16 fantasy football. Golf with the first super chat of the evening. Not only does he get a moonshot for being a $10 hauler, but gets the first standing ovation of the day for being the first super chat of the show. That is my boy Golf. Appreciate Golf. He's the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. Alex M with the second super chat of the evening. Alex M says, if Reed doesn't play, should I start? Who should I start? Wicks, Tyler Boyd, Gabe Davis, Dobbs, Curtis Samuel, Wandell. I'd probably go Gabe Davis. I know he did nothing last week. I get it. It's a high-risk, high-reward play. But I do like Reed if he does play. But, yeah, I'd probably go Gabe Davis. I just think the Bills only threw 96 yards passing. So you can't blame Diggs or Gabe Davis. I do not think that's their new offense with their new offensive coordinator. Josh Allen's going to throw. Which two should I start? Tyler Lockett, Brandon Cooks, Deontay Johnson, or Chuba Hubbard? Probably going to go with Cooks and Chuba. I don't love the options, but those are the logical, smart, good plays. Nate W. with the $20 hauler says, Smitty to the moon. No, Nate. No, not on my watch, Nate. You're going to the moon, pal. No, you're going to Saturn.
To Saturn.
Where's my $20?
Alert. Super chat alert. Alert. Super.
That's my boy, Nate, dropping a 20 watt. Appreciate you, Nate. Tuster says need to start 2 standard. Gibbs, Mostert, Pollard, B. Hall. Thanks for your help. No, thank you. Gibbs and Mostert, really easy call. No, anything can happen, Chewy. Anything can happen. But, bro, are you really going to sit Gibbs? I don't think so. Are you really going to sit Mostert? I don't think so. Could Pollard or Hall be better than anybody listed there? Absolutely, but, like, you can't even go down that road, bro. You can't. You just can't. You got two amazing players to put in your lineup there. Pick one, wide receiver Devonta Smith, Higgins, JSN. Pick one. I'm going Devonta Smith as long as he plays. He's a little bit banged up, but I don't think it's a big deal. Higgins would be a great replacement if he doesn't go. Pick one, Bijan, Henry. I lean Henry by a hair, and I hate saying that, bro. Henry had 0.6 yards per carry, but at least he had 16 carries, bro. He had 16 carries. Bijan gets nothing. Henry for the touchdown, maybe. But, bro, I hope I'm wrong. No offense, but I hope I missed that call for you. Nate W. with a $2 hauler. Nate, appreciate you doing another one. Smitty, Hill, Bijan, still a rookie. What's this? Smitty times Hill dot Bijan still a rookie. Nate, I don't know what that means, but I absolutely love the $2 hauler. So either way, you're the man, the myth, the legend. Okay, TMO, $10 hauler gets a moonshot. My boy
To the moon.
My boy TMO says, Smitty, Waller, Zamir White, Chase Brown, Wandell. I want to say Chris Brown. Chase Brown, Wandell, or Agnew. I mean, if any reason Jacob sits, White is the home run, right? But I'd probably say Waller for like safety and Chase Brown for high risk, high reward. I don't love these options, my bro. Lost Tank and Keaton recently, Browning or Goff. I'd probably go Goff. I like both, but I'm going Goff. Thanks, Smitty. Your guidance has helped. Thank you. Trust your gut on that. And if the chat disagrees with Goff or Browning, please vote. I say Goff. And I'd probably say Chase Brown for upside. But it is a big swing. Waller's maybe safer, but like, give me Chase Brown, I suppose. Well, if you need safety, go Waller, though. Been debating all day between Bijan, Ridley, Singletary. I probably lean Singletary, bro. I mean, he's just been really good. Riding with my stud Bijan this week. Nate W. I don't know, man. I don't know. Chad, are we going Bijan or Singletary? Singletary was a monster last week. Just a straight-up monster. I'm rooting for us all to sit Bijan so we can finally blow up. And I'll be satisfied if it happens. I won't even care. I just want to see it. But we might need to do it in order for it to happen. But, chat, please vote whether you go Singletary or Bijan, please. Let's help out anybody that might have that dilemma or similar dilemma. Let's help out our boy. Appreciate everybody dropping their vote in the chat on that one, because that is a tough one. Browns D versus Texans with no Stroud, or Chiefs versus the Raiders. I'd probably say Browns D by a hair. $10 hauler from my boy Vegas. Vegas, thank you for the super chat. Full PPR, Goff or Love. I go Goff, Likely or Laporta. Come on. I know Likely's good, bro. He's very fun play, but like Laporta. Vegas, did you not play Laporta last week? Like, why would you even contemplate that? Pick one for the flex. Gibbs, Ayuk, ZK9. What are we doing here, Vegas? Gibbs by a mile. Thanks for your help this year. Smitty wouldn't be in the semifinals without you. I don't know if you'll be in the finals without me either, Vegas, because, good God, you got to go Laporta and Gibbs. These are monsters, my guy. I mean, Ayuk's pretty good, though. It's a pretty good play. Ayuk could have a big day. I almost want you to play Ayuk as well somehow, some way. But I go Goff. Goff's better, but appreciate you, my boy. You know I appreciate you, okay? 12-team PPR, Singletary or Flowers. Singletary for me. Bears D or Chiefs. I'd probably go Chiefs, but the Bears D's been playing pretty well. Vegas, you do need me. You do need me. Rice all day. Love Rice. Higgins or Rice. I love Rice. Higgins is good, though. Higgins is a nice play. Higgins is good. Very, very good play. I like both of them. I almost want you to put both of them in. Denver or New England or Chicago versus... I'd probably go Denver, but it's very, very close. Chicago's good. Like, your gut tells you Chicago. I'm so on the fence. Just trust your gut. Like, you're asking me a super chat question, and you may want me to give you the answer, but my answer sometimes the best advice I give somebody is say, I'm on the fence, man. Trust your gut. And somebody super chats the next day, goes, Smitty, thank you for telling me to trust my gut versus you just forcing an answer, especially when my answer was like leaning toward the wrong way because I'm wavering. My answer to you is trust your gut. Achane, Diggs, JT, Rashad White, pick 3. Achane, Diggs, and probably White. I like JT coming back though from injury. He's the odd man out here. Puka picked up. Yeah, Puka did awesome. TP, you did great there. Manny with a $2 hauler. Manny, appreciate you. Arthur Smith fined $75K because of Bijan's illness week 7. It said $25K though, Manny, in the report I had, but I mean, should have been fired. From Bill here, if Reed is ruled out, am I crazy to start Wicks over Nico? If cleared, I'd start Nico. Nico is going to play. Nico's good to go. I mean, Wicks, I like Wicks, but I'm going to go Nico. Wicks has been banged up too. But I'd go Nico personally, bro. It's a close call, though. Close call. When do we think the Niners begin resting starters? Not till week 18. Good question, Just Sherman. I'd probably say that there's a chance they do it in these games coming up here. So they could maybe all sit the fourth quarter. I also wouldn't put it past Shanahan to injure his players. I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to throw shade and find something to complain about with Shanahan, but I still worry about him injuring his players, bro. So, hopefully he's smart with them. They get up big. They should not be running McCaffrey up the gut in the fourth quarter when they're up 21 points or something. I was told he was fined $50K. I mean, it says $25K in my report, but I'd rather watch Bijan against Indy versus Singletary at Cleveland. I don't mind that take. I honestly am wavering on Bijan versus Singletary. I'm wavering on Bijan versus a lot of things. And I very much want to give Bijan one more chance, one more try. Like Timmy T said, I didn't know how much I cared. Bijan, living all these lonely nights without your production. Why don't we give it one more try? That's what I say when I go to bed. That's what I sing when I go to bed. And I just hope that Arthur Smith somehow, some way bumps his head, comes out and doesn't know what he's doing. He just starts saying, I don't know where I am. And then somebody steps in and goes, run, Bijan. We'll take care of you, Arthur. Just sit down. Relax. Let us coach this game for you. Bijan, 85 carries. Go. Monty Pacheco. Monty's safer. Pacheco is higher risk because he's coming off injury, but higher reward for sure. But Monty's pretty steady. I think Monty's getting a little devalued, to be quite frank. I feel like Monty, everyone's writing him off.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Santa Smitty is here to assist you with your Christmas wishes. So dial in and we will answer thy phones and try to grant as many boys and girls their fantasy football wishes as we can. File on in. Let's roll. Appreciate you all on this Friday before Christmas show. And Miguel dropping a $2 hauler right in the middle. Appreciate you, Miguel. Miguel says Mullins, Love, or Flacco, Zeke, or Chandler. I'm going Chandler by a lot. Mullins could outscore Love. It's certainly possible. So could Flacco. But I'd probably roll with Love. Just feels like a wee bit safer option during the semifinals, my broski. Thank you for your super chat, by the way, Miguel. Let's go over to Ron Navy. You're live.
Hey. I
Yo.
was talking with Blind Larry last night, and we figured out what actually is wrong with Kelsey.
He's not an alpha?
Well, no, Larry's gonna get it on gonna put it on T-shirts, and we figured out that what it's gonna have is a picture of Kelsey and Swift, and it's gonna say Swifty Whip.
Swifty what?
Swifty Whip.
Swifty whipped. Okay. I got you.
Yeah, instead of Pussy
Yep.
Whip.
Yeah,
Swifty
Swifty. Yeah. He's definitely. We're hoping he somehow, some way gets like Mahomes just force feeds him, but man, the guy's not focused at all. He can't be. He can't be focused.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like when you're older, you got to put in extra work. Like it's gonna be harder for you to get up and play 100% that next game. Every single game is gonna get tougher for him. He's an old dog that has not been injured very, very often. There's no way he's as focused. This is a big distraction, but hopefully the Chiefs can muster up some wins. I just don't know where I'd feel comfortable drafting Kelsey next year. It's certainly not gonna be in round 1. So Kelsey. In 2020, let me put this on the board here. Kelsey in 2024, it's not round 1. Depending on how he finishes, we'll have a conversation about the end of the second round. Like if he went on a tear, then we probably see him floating in this like territory right here. If he craps the bed on the way out the door, and let's say the Chiefs have an early exit too, so he doesn't even get that many games to try and prove it. And have obscurity going into next season. He's like in this territory. I think somebody's going to grab him in the third round or something. I don't think he falls past that because he's a tight end in the position of need. But look, Laporta's going like right in this territory. This 1-2 turn. I have a feeling some people are going to want to be the bold looking individuals in your draft, and someone's going to take him at like 1.6. I'm not saying it's horrible. I'm just saying somebody's going to take him high. But his general ADP, I bet you, is in the 111 to like 15 overall. Now, how Laporta finishes will also move this up or down. Like if Laporta has 100 yards and a touchdown in every other game on the way out of the playoffs, when they get bumped out at some point, if they even do, who the hell knows? It's the NFL. Let's say he rotates having like 80 yards and nothing, 100 yards and a touchdown, 80 yards, 100, whatever, then you might see this move from like 11 to 15 overall up to like 8 or 7 to, number 13 overall. Like this little tier here where he's going to be going moves based on how he finishes. And that goes with anybody. If Achane explodes in his next, 2 games, and then he has and the Dolphins have an early exit, but he has a good game, just a good game. Maybe he has like 90 total yards, something like that. He will be going in this first 2-round territory. If Achane craps the bed on the way out the door, you won't see him in the top 3 rounds. Like, that's how, I don't want to say fickle, because it's in some cases deservingly so, but that's how quickly everyone's going to react to a short amount of information, a very condensed amount of information and observation. It's going to be very interesting. That's what makes the offseason so fun. Like Bijan, where would you say, Ron, right now, where would you say Bijan, I'm not talking about based on how you think he finishes. I'm talking about this very, very second, right now, if the season ended due to a strike or something right now, and then we walked into 2024 with everything we know now, season got cut short, there was no playoffs, nothing, it just got closed down. Pandemic hit or something. Where's Bijan Robinson getting drafted in 2024 drafts? Give me a pick.
Between the fourth and sixth round.
Yeah, I don't know that you're wrong on that. I don't know that you're wrong. Let me go over to Scuba Steve. Scuba Steve, I haven't heard from you in a while. It's nice to hear you, pal. Before you ask your question, if the season ended today and there were no playoffs, where in the hell would Bijan go in your mind? Where's his ADP? And don't just say 4 to 6 round because Ron did. Give me your true, honest opinion.
I would say it depends, because are they still?
It depends. I just mapped it out for you, Scuba. The season ended right now.
The season ended right now. If the season ended right now, is Arthur Smith going to get fired? You know what I mean?
He's not fired right now, is he, Scuba? He's not fired right now, is he?
Yeah, would Arthur Smith be on the team?
Let's say Arthur Smith is still pending, and we're doing drafts. We don't know.
I said that he'd probably dip in the 3rd round. I wouldn't go as far as 4 or 6, but if Arthur Smith's still around, I think
okay.
like
so he's saying 3rd round.
He'd be more of an RB2.
Let me circle back to Ron real quick. Ron, let me give you a new scenario. The season ended right now. There's some sort of strike or a pandemic or something, and the season ended. There was no championship, or there's no playoffs. There's no Super Bowl champion. Nothing. And all of a sudden, the off season begins. They tell us everything's gonna be fine though for 2024. And guess what? Breaking news, Arthur Smith has been fired. Now where does Bijan go in a draft, Ron? Does he go, do you think, still in the 4 to 6? Or do you now rise that up into like the 3-4? Or 2?
If Arthur Smith goes, I'll put him I'll put him at the end of the 1st round, anywhere in the 2nd round.
Wow. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, wow. Like, what a difference one thing can make. And I didn't even tell you that Bijan was going to do well down the stretch. We assumed that he crapped the bed on the way out of the season, whether it's his fault or not. It's obviously not his fault.
Yeah.
But without even doing well at all in 2023, just the mere firing of Arthur Smith made Bijan a 1st rounder again to you, which I'm not saying is wrong. I'm just saying, wow, like, this is going to be such a fun offseason. And part of me's like torn on what I want Bijan's value to be. If he's super undervalued, you know what that means though? That Arthur Smith's still in the picture. And that's a risk.
Yeah.
So if Arthur Smith's still in the picture and I think, let me redraw this line. I'm going to get Bijan in the 4-5 turn. I'm going to smoke everybody because everyone's so scared, and I'm going to get this deal because everyone's scared of him. Well, guess what? That's pretty deserving because we don't know what in the hell Arthur Smith's going to do with him. Now, what I would be excited about are early best ball drafts, Ron, in January when they open up 2024. I think they do in January, right? If we can draft Bijan in a bunch of best ball drafts, and they're $5 a pop, we'll pull the plug on the Bijan early drafting project if, let's say, Arthur doesn't get fired. But let's say for some reason he's not fired yet, and we get him in this 4-5 territory and he gets fired, then we're gonna have this value there. But who the hell knows if it'll all line up right? He could get fired immediately when the Falcons lose their last regular season game.
Hey, Smitty, you should do that experiment with Kyle Pitts because I know a a lot of people in fantasy, they've been wanting Kyle Pitts to finally do something. I'd be curious to see like where he goes. If he's like going to become like a doll, and if Arthur Smith gets gone too.
That's a great question. I don't know if I have the energy to do that one. Like Bijan is exhausting enough to discuss and think about. Like I think that need to be 2 separate shows, man. That's oh God. There's so much negative stuff coming out of this Falcons situation. You know what pisses me off even more is when Lamar Jackson was on the table in terms of conversations about, okay, he's been franchise tagged, which was such a fun time. I love the offseason. I cannot wait. But when he was franchise tagging and would have cost 2 first-round picks, it was crazy that Arthur Blank was quoted, or someone quoted saying something that he didn't want Lamar Jackson. Like, that was insane to me. So even though Bijan's gone, there's still a problem with this organization from the top down. Like, they need a quarterback in there. Fields would be unbelievable because it's such an upgrade. I'm not saying there aren't, like, pros and cons to it, but good God, if the Falcons could get a quarterback like that, London to the moon. Bijan will probably be used properly because they won't have Arthur Smith there anymore. I don't know. Part of me is scared.
What about a quarterback like Browning?
Yeah,
I mean, Browning's stock is raising. I mean, that would be a good go after Browning.
That could be a good one. That could be a good one. I want something a little bit more secure, but I don't know.
Been having 300-yard games.
Yeah, no, I like him. I like him.
Turnovers?
He'd be a good, he'd be a potentially good, like, I don't want to say secondary option, but I think I want to go after Fields. I want to go after big dogs first, but it's going to get crazy. Everybody needs to remember, though, like remember how good Russell Wilson felt when he went to Denver? Like, oh my God, he's going to be a top 5 or 6 quarterback, and now he feels like dog water. Like, it's going to be interesting how we feel about Fields. Fields could be a savior, a fantasy savior, whatever team gets him, a savior for them, a fan base savior, a savior to, like, Bijan or whatever team he goes to, or he could flop, So you never know. It's so interesting. Quarterback movement probably won't have as much talk about it, but Fields will definitely be in that conversation.
Madison might have a chance to play this week. Is that true?
As far as I've heard, Madison's very, very questionable. Like, I don't think that he's trending toward playing. But let me check and see if there's something else that popped up on Madison. But last I heard, and from somebody else, kind of near that Viking situation, Madison was trending toward not playing. So let me just see. Let me pull up. Ankle questionable for week 16. Yeah. Madison is not on the fantasy radar for week 16. That was NBC Sports. Not saying that they're the most caught up and up to date on it, but we'll see, man. It's gonna be amazing. The offseason is gonna be phenomenal. Fields will be one of the most exciting players to talk about. We talked about last night. Seattle would be an interesting landing spot for Justin Fields. The Falcons would be a phenomenal landing spot for Justin Fields. It'll be interesting what the Packers do with Jordan Love. It'll be interesting where Barkley goes, if Barkley's even tempted to go somewhere else, unlike his comments have suggested. Hope to God he's just saying that to appease the fan base right now, but he seems to want to stay in New York, which is absolutely stupid. Crazy, man. Crazy.
Who do you send to New England?
I don't know if Bill's gone, which I assume he will be. Then it just depends on what coach goes in there. Gets inserted into that situation, because I feel like it could be a more attractive place for a quarterback to land, but not with Bill there. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what the hoodie does elsewhere too, if he doesn't somehow surprisingly just like pack it in. It'll be crazy. All right, hold on one second, Rob. Yeah, Chargers have been linked to the hoodie. I think it will be interesting if he goes there. We'll kind of figure out if maybe it is all Tom Brady. If it's Bill Belichick versus Tom Brady. Tom Brady versus Bill Belichick. I think we already kind of feel like it's more Tom Brady than Bill. I do know Bill is a genius, but did he fall apart? Did he fall apart? I don't know.
I think his weakness is drafting. If he just concentrated on coaching and he had a GM that drafted, had control of the draft, I think that's what he needs.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Hang tight, Ron. Let me get on over to a couple other questions here. Jacob, you're live. Jacob, Jacob from where are you at, Jacob? Where are you from?
I'm from the big CO, Colorado.
What's up? The big Colorado.
Hey, bro. Listen, which one would you rather start? Baker Mayfield against Jax or Lamar against 49ers?
Baker or Lamar? I can't sit Lamar, bro.
The only reason why I'm asking because it's the 49ers.
I know you are, but
I just don't.
But look, bro, what did Kyler do? Like, Kyler still played well against them, at times in Lamar, and on top of that, like, it's an important game, man. They're gonna be trying to score. You just can't sit Lamar. Not in your semifinals. That's what you call getting overly cute. You're talking about Baker. Like, I like Baker Mayfield in a jam. Like, you got screwed over, but you lost like 3 quarterbacks along the way. You lost Burrow, you lost AR5. Like, you're double dipping into the waiver wire twice. Baker's interesting, and Baker could slip you into a championship game, like, if you get lucky. But bro,
yes,
you can't sit Lamar.
Allows the third most.
I know, but are you really going to sit Lamar Jackson? Like, really?
It's a good question. It is.
Well, let's ask the chat. Would anybody sit Lamar Jackson over Baker Mayfield during in the semifinal week?
If you ask me like that, no, but it's about the matchup.
No, they know the matchup. Everybody knows I'm asking semifinal week. They're considering everything. I mean, the Niners are not. The Niners are not invincible to yardage and touchdowns. They're a good team, obviously. They're the best team in the National Football League, obviously. But doesn't mean they can't be scored on. Cardinals were, a couple Niner fans you see constantly say, hey, Swaggy, calm down in the chat, please. Don't call callers and people names. Okay, so shape up. I just wouldn't sit Lamar. Let's see what the chat thinks in the chat. Lamar or Baker? Baker, Lamar. Drop it. Play your stud says danger. Of course, it's weird because there's a lot of people that will say that. You'll hear it constantly throughout the week, like start your studs, don't get cute, et cetera, et cetera. This is that kind of move you're thinking, bro. You're trying to be some sort of like creative thinker here, and I don't mind that, but like, let's not do it during the semifinal week where you can't make a mistake and get an L and come back and fix it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not. It's the reason. Like, I'm up already because I have Puka and he went crazy. So it's like, maybe I should itch it, but I don't need to. It's just something fun too. All
right. Jacob, call back if you got another question, but I'm going to say negative on that, bro. Okay.
Sounds good.
You should consider Trump.
What? Oh.
You should consider starting Trump right there in Colorado.
Harry from San Francisco. Harry, what can I do for you? How can we talk up your Niners and make you feel any better than you already feel?
I just had a simple question, and it's who do you got for MVP this year, and why is it C-Mac?
Yeah. Look, I think who's going to win, who's the front runner? Purdy's the front runner because he's a quarterback. Does he deserve to be in consideration? Absolutely. He's playing very, very well. He leads a lot of the statistical categories. So, like, the people that are hating on him, I get that he is part system, part evolving into a really good quarterback that I think is unfair to judge. Like, we shouldn't be judging this guy right now as if he can't grow and become a better player every single game. But he is surrounded with so much talent. Like it is very crazy. But who's going to likely be considered more over CMC? Purdy. Who do I think is the MVP? CMC. But here's the definition of an MVP. If you take Purdy off of the Niners roster, they don't win. I don't think they're even close to they're not even close to being a top team in the National Football League. What was that scream? Who was that? If CMC was taken off the roster, they wouldn't even be close to it. So they're both vital. But who is like the glue of the team? I think it's CMC. I think CMC is the MVP of the league. He is the guy that without him, there's literally nothing. This team would completely be a different team. But both of them, you take either one off the roster, they're not the best team in the National Football League. But you can't. There's nothing negative about that. You take Josh Allen off the Bills, they're nothing. You take Mahomes off the Chiefs, they're nothing. You take any big player off of a team, and that team is not the same team. So that's not like some crazy. That's like a Captain Obvious statement. I'm just trying to say, like, if you took McCaffrey off the team, I think the team crumbles a little more than if you take Purdy. But either way, they're vital enough to where this team is absolutely, gonna crumble without him. Like crumble, like the there are certain teams that I think have a better chance of surviving if they lose like their starting quarterback. There are a couple teams doing that right now, but I don't think anybody's winning a championship without their number one, or especially if they lose either one of those players. Like Purdy's a top 5 quarterback right now, and CMC's the running back 1. And Debo's a top 5 wide receiver, and Kittle's a top 5 tight end. Like, they're so loaded with talent. Purdy's not a system guy, but he certainly has more talent than any other quarterback in the National Football League and the best system to run it in. So there's going to be that debate all offseason long of whether, Purdy's a system guy or not. People are not going to let go of that. I think it's unfair to call him a system guy. I do think he's got more ability more talent around him than anybody.
Facts. I appreciate you spending that.
All right, later. I don't know. It's a tough one. Okay, let's see here. Let's go over to Marsman Rock Out. What do you got, Marsman?
Yeah, what do you think about Everett, tight end?
Not much. Capable of having 40 yards and a touchdown every 9th game. Capable of having 40, 50 yards, like 4, 5, 6 points it's possible.
Yeah, another question. If Bijan keeps playing the way he's playing, think he'd be like as a second or third rounder?
Like we emphasized at the top of this, taking the phone calls with Ron, it depends on so many things. It depends on if Arthur Smith is fired and Bijan didn't play another down, he would probably be in the 2nd to 3rd round territory just by Arthur Smith being fired. So it's
and if he's there,
and if he's there and he doesn't finish well, then probably in the 3rd to 6th round, like a big range, because there's a lot of other moving parts to that. But if he finishes very well and Arthur Smith is there, I could see him going in like round 3. But there's just too many facets to that question. There's too many ways that could go. But if Arthur Smith gets fired, that alone makes him a 2nd rounder right away. And if he finishes good and then Arthur Smith gets fired immediately, he vaults right up to this like 1st round, 2nd round turn. There'll be a lot of people wanting to take advantage of being the one to grab him and believe in him when he explodes and rebounds. There'll also be a lot of people out to get him, a lot of doubters. Similar to the Achane hate, there'll be very, very similar type of feel with, I think, Bijan in 2024. I think people will be talking about Bijan in a very similar manner that people talk about Achane right now. There'll be a loud anti-Bijan crowd that will make it feel like it's bigger than it is.
Yeah. Yeah, we think about Javonte, if he can get his explosiveness back.
Javonte, if he can get his explosiveness back. I think he's kind of getting it back. I just think he's not used properly. And I think that I don't know how I'm going to feel about next year because I'll be hopeful, but it depends on his cost of entry. I see no signs that they want to fully make him a workhorse back right now. So I'm just kind of like in pause mode. But I love him. I mean, he's amazing.
3-man room. Yeah.
I mean, he's amazing. All right, hang tight there, Marsman Rock out. Terrell, what's going on, Terrell?
What's up? I was looking who to start. I needed a pick 2 for running back. I'm looking at Jacobs, Achane, and Tony Pollard.
Okay, so Achane for sure. So you're really just, in my opinion, looking for one. And I probably would say because Jacobs is banged up, I'm going to go Pollard. But you know that's a coin toss. If let's say Jacobs is fully expected to play, and boom, you know he's in the lineup. There's no question. I mean, Jacobs could have a good day for sure. But I'd probably lean Pollard. I'd say Pollard and Achane are the two safest right now. Let news dictate that and guide you into the direction of Jacobs using Pollard, not Achane. But you got to really hear something on Jacobs that makes you really feel like, okay, this is good, this is great.
Yeah, I was thinking that because I had Puka play last night. And do you think T-Law's going to play this weekend?
He's 50-50. The coach said coin toss. Coin toss, tough to say. He self-reported his concussion. So I feel like, probably leaning toward, like, if I had to say 55% chance of playing, but it's tough to know, man. It's all about that concussion protocol. No, everyone's guessing. But 50-50 according to the coach. So coin toss, close.
Okay, it sounds good. I have Minshew as my other super flex QB, so
yeah.
That should be fun.
Minshew's not bad, but it's not like the best matchup, so it's kind of a mixed bag for Minshew. But he's not horrible. He's not an awful play.
Since it's super flex, if T-Law doesn't play, would you start Jacobs over Minshew?
Well, it depends on your scoring. How like, does a decent playing quarterback like Minshew, let's say he has a decent game, does that outscore traditionally like a top 8 to 12 running back? I mean, it really just depends on your scoring.
Yeah, he can. He had like 24 points last week, so yeah. He had 3 TDs though. He gets sacked a lot, but I feel like probably quarterback's the most safer.
Yeah, then yes, but I have some super flex leagues where very much the running back can outscore. Like Walker the other night, I put a quarterback on the bench that I kind of regretted in a league, and I'm like, damn it, he had a very solid day, and then Walker outscored him, last week. So I was like, it was the right call at the end of the day, but it felt like because I'm so, thinking super flex, you always have to go quarterback. It just depends on the scoring for sure. But it sounds like in that one, I would probably lean quarterback. And Minshew could have 2 TDs very easily.
Yeah, now you got me thinking because, running backs do outscore some quarterbacks. And he's playing the Chiefs, and he did good against them last game.
Yeah. Go off the average, bro. Look at the game logs and just, make a very safe call.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
I appreciate it. All right.
Okay. Let's go over to Brandon from Brandon, Minnesota. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Smitty? Hey, so I got 2 quick ones for you. So if Pitman doesn't play, would you rather start Metcalf or Collins?
Pitman is playing.
I saw that he had that shoulder injury, so I was just kind of a little worried about it.
No, it was a head concern. He's playing. He's good to go. Pitman's expected to go.
Yeah, but they came out a little bit ago before you came on, Smitty. He went from being good to being back and questionable because of a shoulder injury. You might want to look that one up again.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, would you play Pitman over DK?
No, I wouldn't anyway. No. It's arguable, but no, I wouldn't. I'd still play.
Yeah.
So if you got that option, you don't need to worry about Pitman. But let me pull up the Pitman news real quick. Hold on. Pitman. It's not my stupid phone. I'll take a look at it. But we'll do another update on Pitman before when I end the phone calls. I'll take a little gander. I'll do a deep dive on some news. But for right now, anyway, DK over Pitman. DK.
Okay, cool. And so if Jacobs doesn't start, would you rather start Zamir White over Chandler if Madison is in the mix?
No, I like Chandler. I like Chandler a lot. I keep an eye on Madison, but I don't think Madison's going to be a big factor anyway. I think Chandler grabbed that job anyway. So even if Madison came back, I don't think he just gets the starting gig back. But he's still very, very questionable at best. So my guess is it's a Chandler show again. Now, if you hear something different between now and then where they say Madison's going to play and he's expected to share the workload, then we probably just need to reassess it in conjunction with the news on Jacobs and all that. There's a lot of moving parts, so no way to really nail that down right now.
Yeah, there's probably better questions for tomorrow versus today.
Yeah, for sure.
Be more news tomorrow.
For sure. I probably will be live before kickoff of the first game, but we'll have to see. All right, Brandon, appreciate you, bro.
Okay.
All right, later.
Thanks,
I know a lot of you guys are trying to call in right now. We have like 10, 15 people on the line, so I haven't been adding new callers. I know some of you are trying to get in. I also have a plethora of super chats coming in that I got to get to. Let me drag these on screen so you guys know that I'm going to be attacking these. Rojo with the $5 holler. Demetrius, appreciate you dropping that one. I got Slayer coming in with a $4.99. I got DeBalt coming in with a $2 holler. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Let me drag these on screen here. Okay. DeBalt, appreciate you. Mel with a $20 holler. Mel, appreciate you dropping that. I'm going to handle that right now. All $20 hollers get immediate attention if I see it, so I appreciate that. Mr. T, we got Sinatra TV with the $2 holler. Appreciate you. Thomas with a $2 holler. I'm going to hit that in just a second. Patrick, appreciate you with the $2 holler. EJ, appreciate you with the $5. And Demetrius, like I said, I got you taken care of on screen here, so hang tight for me. I'll be handling that in 1 second. Mel, bro, 8 leagues need confirmation, full PPR, who to trust? T-Law, Gino. T-Law is not, he's 50-50 to play. If he played for whatever reason, I guess I would say probably lean toward, I mean, damn, that's such a tough call. And then I'll pull the matchups here so you can see. Seattle's on the road at Tennessee. I do think because the Seattle Seahawks probably win this game, there'll be some decent scoring in it. I know Tennessee can be tough on D. They can create turnovers, but it's a pretty decent play. I think the Jaguars, that one's really tough, bro. Tampa Bay's hungry. They want a playoff seed. I think it's close. If T-Law is gonna play somehow, some way, I think I'd get him in my lineup. But I don't know. He's 50-50. If he doesn't play, then you just throw Gino in, obviously. But Fields, Flacco, I'm going Fields. I'm not gonna play around with that. Sit to Cooper, Nico, Deontay, Bijan, Pollard, Chandler. I'm probably sitting Deontay and probably Nico. I'd probably start Cooper over Nico. If Stroud were in there, I would start Nico over Cooper. But I'd probably start Cooper. Amari Cooper had a big game last week. So I'm sitting Deontay, I'm sitting Nico. And I'm starting Chandler, Pollard, Bijan, and Amari Cooper. But if you want to sit Bijan and start Nico, it wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world. But that's how I would at least approach that. And need to Monty, Chandler, Aaron Jones, Warren, Ford. Aaron Jones is the main guy. He's been taken off the injury report. It's hard to sit him. But I probably roll with Chandler and Monty until Aaron Jones proves it. And Aaron Jones has come back and played before from injury this year and not done anything, so it's not like a lock. I would lean toward Monty and Chandler and then sit to Higgins, Monty, Walker, Swift, Mixon. I'm probably sitting I suppose I'm sitting Swift and let me go to the phone line real quick. Monty or Walker or Swift? Which two are you sitting? I'm not sitting Mixon. I'm not sitting Higgins in this scenario. So I'll go to Ron real quick. Short answer: Monty, Walker, Swift. Sit two of those guys. Start one.
I'd start Walker. And I sent you the Pitman update Underdog 5 hours ago in your IG.
Okay. I'll take a look at it. Rock out. Are you starting Walker, Swift, or Monty? Got to start one.
Walker.
Let me ask one more. Scuba Steve, Walker, Swift, or Monty, start one.
I'd start Walker.
Okay, there you have it. A pretty good consensus, all saying Walker. So I guess sit Swift and Monty. Monty's tough to sit, but very tough to trust right now. Swift also kind of similar. If it's PPR, Higgins is really, really solid. Mixon's very solid. You can't really sit those guys. And Walker's the call. Thank you for your super chat. Appreciate you. And let me drop Anthony's super chat on screen. Anthony, appreciate you. And Blake. All right, let me clear the phone line off because I got to get to all these super chats. They're piling up, and I don't want people to wait. So let me cycle the phone line, cycle around the phone line, and get everybody off. Al from New York, you got 30 seconds, pal.
Hey, Smitty. In my full PPR league, sorry, that's not even the question. It's about quarterbacks. I got 4 quarterbacks. I got Mullins, Flacco, Kyler, or Browning.
Browning's your safest. Kyler's you're a little bit higher upside, higher reward. But, to be honest, Browning's upside is not that much further away. He's a good play.
How do you feel about Mullins?
I don't trust Mullins in semifinal week, bro. I just can't. Anything's possible. He could do okay, but Browning's much safer and he's more proven. So Browning's your safe play. Kyler is definitely a little bit more upside because he can run, but I would say Browning's probably your safest play. I'd have a tough time sitting Browning.
What about Flacco? You trust Flacco?
No.
He's been pretty hot.
Yeah, he's not bad. I don't hate him, but I'm not going to start him semifinal week. I just can't.
Yeah, I'm going to go Kyler.
Yeah, Kyler ain't bad. Kyler and Browning are very close. I think they'll be very close. I think at the end of the day, you won't be upset at yourself with that combo. But Browning definitely feels a little bit more safe. But Kyler just, I don't know, having that big game at the end of the year, couple big games would not shock me at all. If Kyler's getting kind of healthier, he's getting a little more, in rhythm. Cardinals are kind of dogs, man. My Cardinals are not a great team, but they're gritty. And I was saying this earlier, even the fan base, the Niner fan base after that Niner Cardinal game, you'd hear a lot of people walk out of the stadium and go, man, those Redbirds did not go down easily, but we eventually drove them into the ground and took them out. And that's really the way that the Cardinals have been playing all year. They've been like dogs. They're tough. McBride's phenomenal. I think Kyler having a rushing touchdown and a passing is probably what I would expect. Browning having 2 touchdowns is probably what I'd expect. So very similar outcomes. All right, Al, got to go. Appreciate you, bro. Good luck.
Ready?
Let me hit Jake from Tampa. You got 30, bro.
What's up, Smitty? Real quick question. I need to start one RB. Tony Pollard, Connor, and Chuba Hubbard.
Not that I hate Chuba. He's a good play. Connor.
I'm projected to win by 7, so I don't need a boom play necessarily.
Connor's just, he's the guy that when you don't play him or somebody says, hey, who should I play, Connor or, so-and-so, he absolutely is the one that's going to burn me on the question. He's going to have that game. He's going to have 2 touchdowns, 100 yards. He's going to do well.
Yeah.
And I know we want to say Pollard really badly, but Miami's is kind of tough. The way they use Pollard and Dowd,
even though he didn't perform in PPR, fantasy, he looked good. I saw he had some good bursts.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say, and Pollard says he feels healthy finally. I'm going to say Pollard. I want to start somehow, some way, though. I'm not saying to bench him, but I think I probably lean Connor over Chicago. Chicago's been pretty decent on D, but I think the Cardinals probably run Connor pretty well. Connor's safer. Pollard's a little bit riskier, but I do like both of them. I kind of want them both in the lineup, but I get you got a tough dilemma. But Connor's probably a tad bit safer. Make sure he's good to go, healthy, doesn't pop up on the injury report, looking very questionable or something.
Okay.
All right, bro.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Jake. Let me hit Scuba Steve. Final thoughts, Scuba?
Yes, Vinny. I'm going to be fast. I have two questions. If Trevor Lawrence doesn't end up as he's not playing, are you fine with putting in Kyler Murray? And then I also have a flex question. So I have Garrett Wilson in, and with the way that he's been up and down, my two other wide receivers I'd have to think about playing is Jordan Addison, or I guess it depends on the injury report, Jaden Reed if he ends up playing.
Both very, very good plays. Both very capable of a touchdown. I love Reed. He is banged up. That concerns me. But if Reed plays, I don't hate that. I don't hate that call. I don't hate either one. I think they're both very, very close.
What's up? I'm back.
Okay. Sorry, Jacob. I kicked you because you came in, loud as can be, bro. Addison, Reed. I'm probably gonna go. Man, I think I'd have to hear that Reed's like not going to be hampered. I'd say Addison's safer if you don't hear that, but if you hear Reed's good to go, and as of right now on Reed, let me pull up Jaden Reed. I mean, I think I probably lean. The last report on Reed said did not practice on Friday, listed as questionable. No specific update after that. I'd probably say put Addison in your lineup and just wait for some sort of update on Reed. And if it doesn't feel convincing, then you just leave it. Because, I mean, now's not the time to play around with a player that could be limited, or you're not told all the information, and then you lose your fantasy week when they were really close anyway, and you had a guy in there that was banged up that was going to get limited snap count, or he re-injures whatever. He's got the toe, right? So he goes out there, makes one cut, and then you don't see him in the rest of the game. I would just say put Addison in unless you hear some sort of like absolute, Reed's not even on the injury report, some weird thing tomorrow, which I don't think we'll hear.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm kind of was definitely leaning with you, because at the beginning of the week I had Reed in, but then once I started reading the injury reports that I don't know if he's gonna play, that's when I was thinking Addison. Just because with this Garrett Wilson stuff, man, it's like it's kind of tough with this like quarterback play, man. Like if he's actually gonna get it, like it looks like it's a good matchup on paper, but I mean,
yeah, I like Addison more than Garrett Wilson this week. I mean, if Garrett Wilson had Zach Wilson back, they've been proving to have a pretty good rapport. 100-yard game last game. I'd be okay with it, but I don't know. All right, Scuba, got to go. Call in tomorrow. Appreciate you. Travis.
Yeah, thanks.
Rock out. Final thoughts.
Yeah, if Reed's not playing, would you play McLaurin or Javante? I know you don't like that question.
I hate that question. McLaurin, probably. You know that this is going to backfire.
I know.
Chat. Let's go to the chat. McLaurin or Javante? Javante or McLaurin? Who do we like?
Yeah, it's PPR too. But for Javante with that 3-man monster thing, and then McLaurin going against Sauce Gardner.
Yeah. I do hate the matchup for the Commanders.
I know.
I guess I go Javante. That's going to be my final answer, but and McLaurin's probably drawn Sauce a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, hopefully replay Sauce to make that decision.
I think because they're close enough anyway, I'd lean away from that matchup. So Javante.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, tough call though. I mean, McLaurin just had 2 touchdowns. Like, how do you sit him?
Yep. And then he goes back to normal.
All right, bro. Appreciate you. Later. Travis, final thoughts?
Yeah, I think I called in about something Ron was talking about. I forget now. I did want you to just address this. I think his name was Ryan Gibbs. He was asking in the chat. I just wanted you to kind of go over this for him. He's all worried about Tyreek Hill, and I told him if he plays, he's got to play Tyreek.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, his other options are Ford or Higgins, and he said I can't sit Devontae Smith or Higgins. So I said, well, you play Tyreek over everybody. But he was worried, so I figured if he hears it from you, maybe he won't.
Yeah, that's a case. That's a case of overthinking it. That's a case of wanting to. You just can't. You can't sit Tyreek. If Tyreek plays, you play him.
Yeah. Right. I don't even know if he's there anymore, but if he is still listening, I just wanted him to hear from you because, I could tell he was overthinking it. So I don't want to see someone make that mistake.
And at the top of the show, I said Tyreek Hill is, and in the title, he's totally leaning toward playing. Achane's already been deemed ready to go, so Achane's a go. And actually, I'll just put it up on the screen. I got it right here. Achane's a go. Pitman cleared the protocol, but apparently he's still in some sort of questionable state. But I think that might just be being listed on the report. We'll see what happens tomorrow morning. JT is removed from the injury report. Tyreek Hill, we feel good about him playing. According to Mike McDaniel, I do believe he's going to play. Ramondre's out. Kenneth Walker is expected to play. So those are all the big news pieces. All right, Travis, appreciate you, bro.
All right, thanks, man. Talk to you later.
All right, Ron, final thought?
No, I think I'm good, dude. I'm sweating an NBA. I'm in first place in one of the little battle royals there, so I'm sweating that right now.
Yeah. Let me see if I have. Okay, I have to get these super chats out of the way. Let me put this on here. All right, Ron. We'll maybe be back to do some drafting tonight. I did some playoff drafts last night. It's so fun doing those. Those are my favorite. The mittens are my favorite by far.
Yeah, the mittens are a lot of fun. I've done a few of those. I've done a few weeklies, and I've done some of the ones like for the Saturday, the special ones Saturday, and the primetime ones. Those are fun to do too because they're lower number of people.
Let me see if I can. I might want to put up a. Maybe we'll do a quick draft. All right, Ron. I'll catch you later. I'm gonna maybe do a draft right now while I answer these super chats, so everybody can try and jump in. Ron, appreciate you. Ron to the moon. Later. Bailey with a $5 hauler. Bailey, appreciate you. Okay, so Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. Hit that promo code. Phone lines are closed, guys. I had like 15 callers I had to cycle through, so phone lines are closed for the remainder of the show. I apologize. We try and fit in as many as we can. We certainly answer way more than any other freaking channel known to man. This is the only channel that takes phone calls throughout almost the entirety of a show. Every show. You know, everybody, good mailbag. We're doing mailbag. We got 3 questions we prepared from the audience. 3 questions. We're doing the mailbag show. The mailbag. We answer questions all show long. We have open phone lines. And I have a bunch of super chats on screen that I must get to. So hang tight. Let me pile all these on the screen here, and I will answer them in order in which they came through. If you guys see your question here, I'm gonna organize them in which they came through. So appreciate you all for waiting patiently. Let me throw Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. They'll double your first deposit up to $100. I just dropped that link in the live chat right now. I'm gonna pin said link right this very second. They'll double your first deposit up to $100. So hit the link right now. I'm gonna pin the link right now in the live chat. It's in the description of every video. Code Smitty gets it done as well. The link has been pinned right there, so go get it. Now let me add my draft screen up here. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Let me put that above everything, and let's get into a draft, and I'm going to answer these super chats. Go back over to that screen. Let's go over to the... Let's do a Week 16 Battle Royale. Click the green button. Well, I'll give you a second. Battle Royale. It's the fourth card on the draft lobby, tabs. Scroll over to the fourth card. Battle Royale Week 16. Click the green button now. And I will wait about 10 seconds because of the YouTube delay. And I will jump in. And we will draft together. Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. Do it live. I'm also giving away an Underdog shirt right now on my Instagram. So if you want to win that one of these, your team colors, this right here, you can't really tell because the light's in here. These are the Jaguar colors. These are the colors of the Seattle Seahawks. You can get your specific team colored Underdog shirt. There's a contest to give away. Go to my Instagram, go to my stories, go to my most recent post, and you can see how to win and get involved in that. Start 2, JT, Achane, Hall, Eckler. I'm probably going to go JT and Achane in this situation. Tough call. Anything can happen. Mel, thanks, bro, for confirmation. I had all that you said except I sat Mixon for Monty. Trust your gut on that, though. Trust your gut on that. Mixon feels steadier than Monty right now, but I want to preface Monty 100% is being undervalued a little bit too much right now. So great minds there, bro. Think alike. So you're not crazy. And if your gut tells you you want to play Monty over Mixon, don't hesitate. Start 3, ETN, Pollard, Brees, Chandler, Addison. Probably go ETN, Chandler, Pollard, Brees, and Addison. Can I get a chat vote on Pollard, Brees, and Addison? All right, first pick overall was C. Lamb. This is for a Week 16 Battle Royale. I'm going to roll with Tyreek here. Can I get a vote on this? I need ETN's a lock. Chandler's a lock for me. Pollard, Brees, or Addison, please vote for James and give James your best opinion on those three. I'd probably lean toward James. Let me put that back up on screen real quick. I would lean toward Chandler. That's if Madison's out. If Madison's out, then or playing, then and we feel like there's some competition there. I would kind of lean toward ETN, Pollard, and I guess Addison for safety, Brees for upside. So ETN, Pollard, and Chandler is kind of where I'm leaning slightly as of this moment right now. Thank you, pal. Merry Christmas, Smitty and Mrs. Claus. Houston Texans here. Lost Keenan Allen, pick 1. Foreman, Odell, Likely, Washington, Hunter Henry, Pop Douglas, Judy. I kind of lean Likely, bro. Likely's the guy I think I roll with. I'm on the clock here. Who do I roll with? Who's available? You know what? I want to make sure I get a quarterback here. And again, this is not all the games. This is a specific morning and afternoon slate of games, so there's a little less options than you think at some of the positions. Pick 2, Achane, Higgins, Adams, Brees. I'd probably go Achane and Adams personally, but Higgins is damn safe. I like Higgins a lot. All right, I'm doing kind of a Miami Dolphins stack here. Also, very, very much love. Let's see here. Let's go Sam Laporta. So we got Tyreek, Tua, Laporta. This is a Week 16 only contest. Pick 2, Achane. I'm going to Achane and probably Higgins for safety, Achane and Adams if you want a little bit more risk. If you're down and you need a big swing. Kelsey, 2-for-1. Pokes made him a normal man. 2-for-1. Pokes made him... Thomas, I don't know. I'm a little slow on the uptake on that one. I don't know why. Josh Jacobs or Zeke. If Jacobs plays, Jacobs. If he plays, he's a good play. I don't love Zeke. Since week 7 in full PPR, Rachaad White is running back 2 behind CMC and player 7 overall. Must be all full PPR lineups. Of course, Mr. T. No one's sitting with Rachaad White right now. Absolutely nobody. Are we starting Nico or Flowers? If I probably lean Nico by a hair. Puka to Saturn, absolutely.
To Saturn.
Even without Stroud, I still slightly lean toward Nico Collins. He's just that good of a player. Slayer, need 2 wide receivers. Ridley, Jaden Reed, Wicks, Palmer, J-Mo, Pop Douglas, Michael Wilson, down bad. If you're down bad, I'd probably go Reed and Ridley. If Reed doesn't play, I guess you go J-Mo for a big swing. Okay, so far I've got Tua, Tyreek, Laporta. We'll go ETN. I'll have McBride in the tight end slot. What 2 flex spots? Is Kincaid a better option over Hopkins? Probably not. Hopkins or Warren. I'd go Hopkins over Warren by a hair, but I like them about the same. Have JSN and Zamir on the bench. Yeah, I'd go Hopkins. It's a big swing, but you know what? I'm gonna go Warren. I'm gonna go Warren. I'm going to take Henry in this one just because I was going to time out and I had to pick somebody and I scrolled down and I had to make a move and I'm like, you know what? This could be the week he says the 2 touchdowns. I didn't mean to grab him. We'll do another draft. I hate when I screw up. I had very little time. Non-PPR, McLaurin or Singletary. Very, very tough matchup for McLaurin against the Jets and Sauce Gardner and the boys. James, start 3, ETN, Pollard, Brees, Chandler, Addison. I think I already got to this one. And I said ETN, Pollard, and Chandler by a hair. But I'm very curious what the chat went with. And I would listen to the chat over me on that one because I'm wavering on that one. High, Tua or Browning. I would go Tua, but Browning is a tad safer. If you need safety, I would definitely say Browning is safer. But I would lean Tua personally. Very, very, very close. Played last week. 1 wide receiver and 1 flex. Rice is a lock, I think, according to what you have. Barkley's hard to sit, but good God. I'd probably say Rice, and I guess I'd go Barkley. Barkley's such a hard person to sit and play at the same time. Monty's a tad safer. You want safety, go Rice and No, Higgins is good in PPR. Maybe you go Higgins and Rice if it's full PPR. Higgins and Rice. What's my team right here? I got Tua, ETN, Henry, Hill, Laporta. Need a wide receiver. We'll do this one for Ron Navy. There's Addison. There you go. Nice little squad. We'll redo this one. I got 77 projected points. 81 goes to the top spot. This is Dak, Aaron Jones, Bijan, CD, Evans, and Hawkinson. The top spot. Who else do I recognize in here? Sorry, I can't show everybody's team. Let's jump in one more Battle Royale Week 16. Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. Hit the green button right now. Promo code Smitty. Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100 by using code Smitty, using the link that's pinned in the live chat, the link that's in the description of every video, or using code Smitty when it asks you, hey, how did you hear about us? The links insert it for you into that field. But that's how you get into a draft with me. And I want you guys all to sign up on Underdog and play Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty, and do it live. Your boys drafted soon. The draft order is being determined, and it is, boom, there on screen. I have the 6th pick. These are so fun to do, these Battle Royales. All right, let me get back to these questions real quickly. Would everybody go Higgins over Barkley and Monty? I think Rice and Higgins are probably the safest plays, Amy, but I could be wrong on that, but that's a close one. It's a really close one. If everybody could vote on that one, Higgins or Monty or any other option that you saw there. Full PPR, Achane, Aaron Jones, Chandler, Nico. I go Achane first, and I go, if you need another one, I go Chandler after that in that order, but Achane for sure. What is the story with Josh Jacobs? The latest news is that he has been upgraded to limited, and there's a real good chance he probably plays this week. Alex with a $20 hauler. Alex, appreciate you.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Alex, appreciate your $20 hauler. Let me put that over on this screen now. It's a little bit easier to do it on this screen. Looks like we're starting the draft here on the clock at the 1.1. Probably going to be, my guess is Tyreek Hill's the pick, but maybe CeeDee Lamb gets drafted at the 1. There you go, Lamb. 10-man full PPR, 1 QB, 2 running backs, wide receiver, 1 tight end. Flexes Love, Geno, and Mayfield, Barkley, Pacheco, Hawkins, and Ferguson. Already played Kupp and Nakua. Noah Brown on the bench. Green Bay over Cowboys defense. I probably say give me the Cowboys defense. They're opportunistic. I like it. And what's the real question here? 1 QB, 2 running back, wide receiver, 1 tight end, flex. Okay, so the 1 quarterback I'm starting is Love, personally. It's close. Your 2 RBs are going to be Pacheco and JT. I'm on the clock here. Let's go with I got back-to-back picks here. We're going to go Gibbs and Rachaad White. Your wide receivers are going to be... Okay, so played Kupp and Nakua. Already played Kupp and Nakua, Noah Brown. Okay, so Nakua is your wide receiver. I got you here. And then your your tight end is Hawkinson, and your flex is going to be... I guess your flex would be, so your Pacheco and JT. So your flex is Barkley. So you're good to go. So the only question was the defensive question. Alex, if I got that wrong, let me know. But your 3 running backs you're going to put in there. I like the squad. I think you got a real good chance of winning the week. I like your squad a lot. Young, appreciate you. Monty or Garrett for your flex. I go Monty, safer. Wide receivers, Hill, Rashee Rice, Garrett Wilson. Running backs, Josh Jacobs, James Conner, and Monty. I go Monty. Monty over Garrett Wilson. If for any reason Josh Jacobs doesn't play, Monty goes into your running back spot, and then hopefully you can play a Garrett Wilson or so at your flex. But it seems like you're putting Garrett Wilson in your flex. Or is that, okay, your flex, maybe you start 2 wide receivers. So you're starting Hill and Rashee Rice as you should be, and James Conner and Josh Jacobs as you should be. Monty as your flex for sure. And if Jacob sits, then you know what to do. Easy call, Young. Easy call. Monty's safe. I think everybody's not giving Monty enough value this week. Ridley, Pitman, Hopkins, or Hubbard. I'm going to go Pitman. Pittman's going to play. According to the reports I've seen, he looks a little bit, I guess, potentially in question still with a shoulder. So we'll have to monitor that. But if Pitman plays, and I do expect him to play at this moment, I'm going to go Pitman. If he doesn't play for any reason, Chuba is not a sexy play, but it's probably the best option at that point. But I do expect Pittman to play. Full PPR, JT or Achane. I'm going Achane. JJ, Lamb, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith need 2 wide receivers and a flex. 2 wide receivers and a flex. So Lamb and AJ Brown are your starting wide receivers. Achane and JT, I'm going Achane. So if it's between Devonta Smith and JT, I'm going to rank them probably Devonta Smith then JT in that order. If I didn't get that right, let me know. I will definitely hit it again. Gibbs, Laporta. Let's go with Laporta. What quarterbacks are available? We'll go to here. Our team so far is Gibbs, Rachaad White, Laporta, Tua. Adam, appreciate you with your question. Let me know if I got it wrong. I'll hit it again. Achane, definitely Achane. I love all the Achane hate. There's still a lot of Achane hate. It's funny. A lot of comments, especially on Instagram, a lot of DMs like, you can't possibly still want to play Achane. He's not possibly a starter anymore. Tell me we're giving up on the Achane thing at this point, right, Smitty? Because I don't own him. I don't own him, and I no longer want to play him. Totally, let's see what this is. I don't know if you're replying to the super chat. I tried to call before I took another, but had many callers. Yeah, we had like 15 callers on hold. Don't forget to look at Pitman's update I sent you. Thank you, Ron. I will. Uncle Dud. What's up, Dud? Pick my wide receiver 2 and flex out of Hubbard, Myers, Flowers, Thielen, Deontay Johnson, Allen, Achane, Walker. Okay. I probably say pick my wide receiver 2 on my flex. I'd probably say Hubbard and Flowers. But it's super close, bro. Curtis, appreciate you. PPR flex, Bijan, Rice, or Cooper. I'm going Rice. Rice has been very steady. Very, very steady. In the Puppy 3 semi, starting with Puka, Stafford, Stack. Nice job in the semis. I like it, bro. I like it a lot. That's awesome news. I'm so glad to hear. Full PPR, Ridley, Pittman, Hopkins, Hubbard, pick 2. If Pittman plays, Pittman. I think I answered this one already. Hubbard and Pittman if Pittman plays. If not, I guess I roll. If T-Law plays, then Ridley. If T-Law plays, I go. Actually, if T-Law plays and Pittman plays, I go Ridley, Pittman. And of course, if T-Law doesn't play, then I'm going to go Hubbard instead of Ridley. And if T-Law doesn't play and Pittman doesn't play, then you you got to go Ridley and Hopkins. That's not confusing enough. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. All right, on the clock here in 1 second. We got only wide receivers available to draft because I didn't draft any yet, I guess. Kind of a weird draft for me. Could go Pittman here. Nope, can't go Pittman. So we're going Addison again there, Ron. And then probably rolling with let's go London. Let's go with Little Drake London. We may not come back to draft tonight just because we're drafting now, or I may come back and do yet another series of drafts. Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. They'll double your first deposit up to $100 on Underdog by just using the link that's pinned in the live chat, using the promo code Smitty. Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. We may come back and just do some more drafts, but, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Here's the report here while we're on Underdog. Michael Pittman Jr. officially listed as questionable for Week 16. Pittman is officially listed as questionable for Week 16 due to a shoulder injury. It was originally reported Michael Pittman would play this weekend, but that was only in regards to his clearing the concussion protocol. It still seems likely that the receiver is able to suit up this week, but there's still that injury to look at. So hang tight on that one. I don't anticipate him not to play. I've heard a couple times over that he's very, very likely at this point. The concussion was more of an obstacle than the shoulder, but man, setbacks can happen. We're going to definitely stay on the news, but I do expect him to play. Hit that green button now, Battle Royale 16, link in the live chat. Link is pinned in the live chat. Link is in the description of the video. Code Smitty will also get you that double of your first deposit up to $100. Let's do one more Week 16 Battle Royale. There's about a 10-second YouTube delay, so I'm going to hit that button now to get in, so we're all timed up and synced properly. And I'll plug back in, and we will show board view. One more to start. This is the final draft of the evening. Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. You can draft alongside. And I got a couple super chats while we wait for the draft to begin. It looks like the draft order was dealt. I'm in the 6th spot again. I don't get the one pick ever on these battle royales, it seems. 7-7 winner takes all. 1K start Hurts or Purdy. Hurts. The matchup is very much in favor of Hurts over Purdy. You never know Purdy could go out and explode, and the Niners could tear apart the Ravens, but I think the Ravens' D's really good, bro. I think it'll be a little bit more difficult than that, but you never know. Trust your gut. Hurts is always a good play, but trust your gut. I'm not going to start Purdy over Hurts this week. I think the Eagles are going to be out to prove some things and score a lot of points, and it's going to be a big day, but you never know. You got to trust your gut. Hoovy, 2 running backs and a flex. James Cook's a lock. Walker is a lock. And honestly, with Monty, Garrett Wilson, and Bijan, you're not crazy to go Bijan. But Monty's a tad safer. Bijan's higher risk, higher reward. Everything else is locked in. James Cook, Walker, lock it in. So roll Bijan if you want big swing. You're okay with a little risk. If you want steady Eddie, probably guaranteed like 9 to 10 points. You know, still upside for more, but Monty's definitely the safer floor, higher floor, if you will. And Anthony with the super chat here. Need help with the start and sits this week. Start 3. ETN, Mostert, Bijan, Achane. I sit Bijan without much of a hesitation. I'm not sitting Achane. I'm not sitting ETN. I'm not sitting, definitely not sitting Mostert. Dallas is a tough matchup, but Bijan hasn't earned the start over those 3 guys. As much as I want him to make me regret that. Yep. On the clock. Back-to-backs. Wide receivers flying off the board. Let's go with... Damn, this is tough. I'll go with Gibbs here again. I'll go with Evans here. Yeah, buddies. I'll take a couple more callers, just a few. I'm not going to throw everybody on that calls in. Just the first like 2 or 3 to get in. I'll throw you in here, so and put you in the queue. So dial in if you want to get in. Mike Evans, Justin Fields, Rashad White, Trey McBride, Sam Laporta. Interesting that McBride goes before Laporta this week. I know we're considering matchups and everything, but it is kind of a shocking thing. I love both of them. They're both top 5. They're both top 3, really. I mean, Laporta's number 1 in my mind this week. What's up? What can I do for you, River?
All right. Cooper, JT, and Drake London. Which 2 am I starting this week?
Cooper,
I got spaced out, so.
Cooper and JT.
JT,
I mean, London over Cooper is a thought. I mean, JT I'm playing.
Yeah, but Flacco's been so good. I got Moss too if JT for some reason doesn't play, but
yeah, I'm not saying it's an easy call, but that's probably the way I would lean. But trust your gut. If you're going to sit anybody for London, it'd have to be Cooper, in my opinion. All right.
All right, and JT over Sutton for my other league in the playoffs. And
I mean, Sutton could score a touchdown at any moment. I mean, clearly he loves touchdowns. He loves them. Absolutely loves them. But I just couldn't sit JT this week with Zach Moss likely not playing. And we'll find out. If we're to hear something where Moss is going to play and get half the work, then that's a different story maybe, but I don't think we're going to hear anything that's going to make us feel that way. Anything can happen though. So you got to stay on the news, you got to stay on the shows cuz things will change. Things will be volatile. A lot of people that come in and say, "Smitty, you told me on Thursday to play." Well, things change, man. Like news comes rolling in. You know, you got to adjust and adapt. All right, River. last thing, and I got to go.
Hold on, one more. Mayfield over Kyler Murray.
Anything can happen, bro. Mayfield's a pretty decent play, but I think I play Kyler. But look, the Bucs are fighting hard for a spot, so definitely could be some scoring. I like Mike Evans this week. Shot White's a great play every week. I don't know. Baker's pretty crap. Like, you want to roll the dice? That's not bad. I don't hate it. You need a big swing, go Baker. You need a little bit more safety. Even though Kyler's volatile, then you go Kyler. But Baker's a bigger swing, bigger risk, bigger swing, though. More upside, I guess.
Going for big swing if the playoffs.
All right, then just do it. Shove him out there. I don't mind it.
Alrighty.
All right, later.
Appreciate it, Smitty.
All right, Amy, you're live. I got to keep it kind of short, guys, because I filled the phone line up a little too heavy here. What can I do for you as quick as possible?
Hey, yeah, I got my wisdom teeth out, so if you can't understand me, I'm sorry.
You what?
But I got my wisdom teeth out, so if you can't hear me,
okay.
And I'm a little drugged.
Okay.
But I just had a quick question. When you said to play maybe Monty, my only concern is I'm already playing Gibbs, and so I'm just wondering and my other opponent they played Olave and Nuka. Really? See, I'm drugged. Buka, so it's already they got good points, so I'm kind of nervous. I just want to see what you thought.
Say the options one more time. I'm sorry.
I've got London, Reed, Collins, Higgins, Barkley. Did I say Monty?
Collins, Higgins and
Monty,
Higgins and Barkley.
Barkley, and then London and Higgins. Yeah.
And you do how many?
And Reed. Well,
Reed.
I've got Rice right there for wide receiver, so I don't know if I should replace him at all. And then
Rice is good.
And then I need a flex.
So you need
one. I just need a flex.
So you got Rice. So you just need one or two out of these players.
Well, if you're saying Rice, so then I just need one.
Okay.
I need a flex between Monty, Collins, Barkley.
Yeah, this is tough.
Higgins.
This is tough because these are all the same player.
Yeah.
I guess I would chat, if the chat wants to weigh in on this. Would you go Barkley, Higgins, London, Collins? We'll do one more draft.
They were kind of confused.
One more draft, everybody. Hit that green button now on a draft. We'll do one more. I guess I would say Higgins is maybe the very safest right now, given he's the number one and Browning's looking really solid. So I know you have Tua and Browning right at quarterback, so you could roll Browning and Higgins and just roll the dice on that. I don't hate that.
Okay.
I mean, Tua's got a tough matchup, so
I definitely need to roll it. I think with what they've got for players.
Yeah, I don't hate going Higgins and Browning and just saying, you know what, it is what it is. It was a rough year, Let's just let it ride.
I mean, I had Higgins in the beginning, and he kind of burned me, but I'm willing to roll the dice, I guess.
Yeah.
And try it.
I get. Does the chat agree?
Yeah.
Browning and Higgins or Tua and one of those other players. Barkley's hard to sit, though. I will say. He's hard to start, but he's hard to sit.
Last week, everyone said not to play Barkley, and everyone said to play him, but I decided last minute not to, and he got such low points.
Yeah, his offense is garbage. And he might get phased out of this game. He might totally get phased out of the game. And so, you got to ask yourself, will he do it all via the air? Because there's a really good chance he's not cranking out yards on the ground. All right, see what the chat thinks, and then hopefully they can help guide you. If the chat overwhelmingly outvotes me, I recommend going with the chat because group thinks a little better, and these are tough calls, and I'm wavering. Like Mark says Tua and Barkley. CD says Higgins, Brees, and JT fam. Oh, that's a different question. Probably JT, bro. Higgins should ball. Go Higgins. So everyone's pretty much saying go Higgins for sure. But yeah, Browning and Tua's a tough one. I think Tua's still a really good play, but I don't hate going Browning and Higgins and letting it ride. All right, thanks. Appreciate you. We'll see you later.
Have a good one.
Perps, my boy. What's up, Perps? You're on the clock. You timed out, Perps. You timed out.
All right, see you. Bye.
No. You timed out in the draft.
Oh. Well, then I guess I'll have to wait till the next one comes up.
Well, no. You mean let's see who you got. I didn't say you timed out on the phone line. You timed out with.
I thought that's what you're...
You timed out with CD Lamb. That's a pretty good timeout. I'm fine with that. You did good. You timed out very well. CeeDee Lamb to the moon, Perps.
Yeah, but who did I miss out on the board? Amon Ross, CeeDee Lamb.
You're fine. You're
Not
fine.
bad.
If Lamb would have fell, I would have grabbed Lamb with the smile. So you did good. You timed out with the second highest rated player. You're fine. All right. So you're going to be back on the clock soon. Are you good to go, or do you need to use your phone for that? Or is that why you timed out?
Yeah, I'm on my phone for it.
You should be able to minimize this call and still talk and still pull up the draft though. So try that.
I'll try that.
I'll tell you when you're up. Go ahead.
All right. Well, League 1, I missed the playoffs. League 2, I made the playoffs. I want to run my lineup by you.
Okay.
Because I'm debating on who I should start for an RB2.
All right.
So I got Mahomes, Brees Hall, McKinnon, CeeDee Lamb, Cooper, McBride, Noah Brown, Downs. And then on my bench, I have Kyler, Spears, Shaheed, Wicks, and Waller.
Yeah, I might have to write all those down because I did not retain much of that. Let me draft Gibbs real quick. You're on the clock, by the way. Do you want to go draft real quick? You're on the clock. 27 seconds.
Yeah, I'll draft real quick. Hold on. If you want to go to another caller, I'll hold on.
Okay. Slime, what's up, Slime? How's the bird? How's Sway?
What's up, brother? Happy holidays to the whole crew out there. He's sleeping right now, man. He had a tough day. I moved his cage to another spot in the house, so still flying to the old spot, doing a U-turn, coming back to the new spot. But
okay,
he'll get over it, man. Change is good.
Yeah, sway to the moon. Perps, you're up again.
Made the playoffs, top 4 teams, semifinals this week. The group decided that there's like $4,000 in the pot. So we're splitting it $1,100 for first and second and $900 for third and fourth rather than just going for all the cash there.
Hey.
So it's not bad for especially a crazy year. I got no wide receivers, but my question's on the RBs. So I got Gibbs, Bijan, Achane, and Walker. Start 3.
I sit Bijan. I start Gibbs, Achane, and Walker. But I don't say that lightly. I mean, if I had to start Bijan, I think Walker would be the one I sit, though. I'm not sitting Gibbs. I'm not sitting Achane. I understand people want to sit Achane because of the matchup, and it's understandable. I get it. I don't blame anybody for wanting to do that. It's not a great matchup, but I'm definitely going Achane myself. Ride and die.
I mean, they got ran all week, so.
Yeah, ride and die.
But all right, yeah, this is cool. I just had a quick question. Want to call and say, happy holidays, everybody. I never hear about Indy. How's your dog Indy?
He's good. He's good, man. He's running around all over. He's barking now like crazy, which we didn't expect. Now he barks at middle of the night. But he's good. He's a good little guy. He's going through the biting. Everything bites everything. Once he calms down, he's gonna be mellow. Once he calms down, I could put him right here, like on the table. But right now he won't stop. He's just all over the place. All right.
Puppy mode for sure.
Yeah. All right, Slime. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, later.
Perps, hit me with your team one more time. Mahomes, and you're going to be on the clock in a second again. Mahomes.
Yep. Hold on, pull it up. So I got Mahomes, Brees Hall, Jerry McKinnon, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Trey McBride, Noah Brown, Downs.
Okay.
On the bench, Murray.
Kyler?
Spears. Yep, Kyler Murray.
Okay.
Sorry. Spears, Shaheed, Wicks, and Waller.
Okay. Kyler, Spears, Shaheed, Wicks, Waller. Okay.
And then if I needed to drop something to pick up an RB, Murray is and Melvin Gordon are about the only ones.
You got 10. You got 10 seconds left in the draft. Sorry, I just noticed you're on the clock. My bad.
No, you're good.
You're gonna get Amari Cooper probably. That's all right. Oh no, you got Addison. That's not bad. Jordan Addison. Good pick. All right. You're gonna be up on the clock in 2 picks though.
Yep, I'm looking.
So what's the question? You just want to know if you should swap anybody out? Like Noah Brown's the only. Look, Amari Cooper had a big game last week. You kind of got to go Cooper. Lamb obviously is a lock. McKinnon solid. Hall, Mahomes, McBride. Noah Brown's the only one that's like questionable, but like I don't think unless you can play Kyler as a super flex, but I don't think that's the case. Spears, Waller, Wicks, Shaheed already played. There's no one here. Brown's pretty solid. I guess you could go. I mean, it depends what's on waivers. Perps, you got 15 seconds. Depends what's on waivers.
Yeah.
Can you give me the waiver wire guys one more time?
Yeah, give me 1 second here. Lat Murray, Gainwell, Chris Rodriguez, Miles Sanders, Khalil Herbert, Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, those are horrible. I guess I go Noah Brown.
Exactly.
You could go.
So,
But
my main question was my RB2 because McKinnon is questionable, right?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think he plays, but if news breaks that he can't, then you probably have to go with Spears. I mean, it's your only other option. I don't like those other waiver wire options. Spears is better. So Spears is your backup for McKinnon, and Noah Brown is probably the best player unless you want to go Waller, which I don't hate. It's okay. They'll be throwing. They'll be down.
I was going to ask you what you think of Wicks.
Wicks is pretty good. He's been banged up, so make sure he's good to go. But Wicks ain't bad. I like Wicks.
I wish I would have played Shaheed, obviously not.
Yeah.
18.4 in PPR.
Yeah. Shaheed was a nice play. But yeah,
you screwed me last week.
You can't beat yourself up over that. It's over. Noah Brown's really solid though. I'd probably say just roll with Noah Brown. I think a lot of people are scared off from using him, but I think he's pretty decent. I just don't know. They're going to be probably throwing from behind in that game anyway, so he'll probably get some garbage work. I like the team, though. You got a good chance, bro. You just need Hall to pop off. You need Lamb, and you need Cooper to keep doing his thing. You're good to go. All right, Perps. Anything else?
Ready? See ya.
All right, later, bro.
No, that's it. That's it for now. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas to the moon later. Sound like he was shoveling ice. All right. I'm on the clock here. I don't really love this team. I got to be honest. It's okay. It's pretty good. Dak, Gibbs, Mostert, Amon-Ra, Cooper. I bet you they project it pretty high, but I don't love the team. I like it. I don't love it. We'll probably go. I'm going to wait and say who I'm going to take here because I don't want. Oh, yeah, I can tell you because the guy already has a tight end. He can't draft him, but I'm going to go Ingram. I'll go Ingram here. These other options are okay, but Ingram seems like the best option. I'm going to go Ingram, draft him, and Perps is on the clock. Perps, if you're listening, you're on the clock, bro. And Perps has 22 seconds. My team, pretty decent squad, but I don't love it. It's not my favorite. I like it. I don't love it. There you go. Mostert, Gibbs, Amon-Ra, Amari Cooper, Ingram, Dak Prescott. I feel like drafting with you guys is a lot tougher because you guys are phenomenal drafters, and we snipe each other left and right. Yeah, Perps was, I don't know, Perps. It sounded like Perps was shoveling snow in his neighborhood. He's giving back to his neighborhood. It wouldn't surprise me if Perps is on a call, dropping a super chat, doing a draft, asking for advice while he's shoveling snow for his neighbors. All right, I'm out of here. Appreciate you all. Thanks for your super chats. Thank you for all your support. Thank you to Perps, to Ron Navy, to everybody in here dropping supers. Manny, Hoovy, Anthony M, Uncle Dud, Curtis, Abraham, Alex with the $20 hauler, Adam S with the $5. Abraham, appreciate you again. Young, appreciate you. Amy, appreciate the super chat. Keola, appreciate your super chat. James, Mel, Blake, Anthony, Senior Rojo, Anti-Slayer, DeBalt, Mel with a $20 hauler, Mr. T, Sinatra TV, appreciate you. Thomas, Patrick, EJ, Dimitrios, appreciate you. Miguel, Manny G, TP31, Cheesy, Alex, Vegas, 205 caller. Who is this and where are you calling from?
This is Chandler, and I'm calling from Alabama.
Chandler from Alabama. You gotta make it quick. I'm running right out the door, Chandler.
You're good. You're good. So my opponent somehow started Derek Carr. He outscored Kyron Williams. He has Tyreek Hill.
Whoa, slow down. You're a little too fast. I don't know what in the hell you're saying, bro.
Okay, my bad. So my opponent, I picked up quarterbacks off waivers. He was left with Derek Carr. He outscored Kyron. Kyron had a day. Not worried about him. But he also has Tyreek Hill and CeeDee Lamb. I don't know how, but he made a trade for one of them. So I have 4 options for my flex. I'm going to need probably the biggest upside. So I have DJ Moore.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out what a lot of setup story to that. Okay, so DJ Moore.
Okay.
The question.
Moore, sorry, what?
Yeah, Rice, DJ Moore.
Yeah, Rice, DJ Moore, ETN, and Achane.
Okay, and how many can
4 at 1, because I'm already starting AJ Brown and Stephon Diggs.
you only get one?
Yeah, 1 out of those 4, yeah, because I'm starting Rashad White, who's like an auto start at this point.
Chat? Chat? Hello, chat?
Yeah, I've been wavering on this like all day.
Bro, what are you going to... yeah, of course you're wavering on this. I would say, like, Rashee Rice might be your safest bet. He's been balling out in PPR. He might be your safest bet. ETN's, like, hard to sit. Like, how do you sit ETN?
I don't know. I really don't.
Achane is my favorite.
And Achane, they both have tougher matchups, with
They do and they don't. They do and they don't. I mean, I got some major reverb there, bro. Am I on a speakerphone or something?
Yeah.
It's like it's echoing through. If you want to pick it up off speakerphone, it's pretty brutal. A little better. Chat. I'm gonna go to the chat. First of all, thank you Vegas. Thank you Alex M. Thank you Cheesy. Thank you TP31. Thank you Bill. Thank you Nate W. Thank you Nate W. for the $20 holler. TMO. Nate W. Mr. T. Chewy. Olat. Alex Golf. Appreciate all those super chats. Thank you all. Vote for this man's question on the way out the door. Who is he starting? He can only start one of these guys, right? One of them?
Yeah, one, unless I bench Rashad White for one of the running backs. But
no, you're not benching Rashad White, but
yeah.
But bro, how do you start one of these guys? I have no. I don't know. I'm being honest with you.
Unless I bench Diggs, and I can't do that.
I'm being honest with you. I will waiver right up until kickoff.
That's probably what I'm going to do. All these guys are Sunday and Monday.
Full PPR, Rice is the safest. Even in full PPR, ETN potentially has, him and Achane have the most upside. DJ Moore's got monster upside too, though. Like, he could be the wide receiver 2, or he could be wide receiver 20. He's just got a very wide range of outcomes. Rice has got a very tight range of outcomes, very high floor, a little bit lesser ceiling than ETN and Achane, but ETN and Achane have that huge ceiling with a much lower floor. I mean, Achane's the one player that's outscored every single player in the National Football League in fantasy football in a single given week at the running back position. So, I mean, for me, I'm probably going Achane, but that's me. But, I mean, Rice is your steady Eddie, ETN's something in between. All right, bro, got to go. Look to the chat. The chat's going to vote for you. They'll give you a good, solid answer. I would go with the chat vote over me, bro.
I appreciate it.
Because I'm wavering. All right, later.
Yeah, I'm up until kickoff. I'll be doing the same.
All right, later, Chandler. All right, guys, Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. And Perps dropping 100 watt on screen on the way out the door. Perps, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Alert. Super chat alert.
Perp says, thanks for all your Smitty. Hit that thumb up button on your way out, guys. Smitty deserves the help and love. Thanks to the chat for all your help, too. Merry Christmas to everyone. Perps is a monster. Just a straight super chat savage.
He is a unicorn.
Super Chat Savage, they call him. Super Chat Perpy the Savage. The Perpmeister. Coming in strong. Perp, appreciate you. All right, I'm out of here. Someone said Perps is trying to from the sound of what he was wrapping up in that bag. Like someone said, Perps' job. He might be a trained hitman or something. If someone's saying he's trying to distract everybody with the super chat, see, he's doing a good job. He's doing a good job. If he is up to something crazy, he has got definitely some good distraction moves right there. Perps to the moon. All right, I'll see you all later. Thank you all. Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. Perps, appreciate you. Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. Links pinned in the live chat. Please, if you want to win one of these shirts, I'll actually tell you how to enter. If somebody hasn't, the two people haven't won yet. Anyway, first two people that email me proof via a screenshot of signing up for Underdog using code Smitty. And this contest is in the Instagram post, the reel and the story. Screenshot of you. It's got to be new. I'll validate that it's new. Make sure it's new. Don't try and use an old screenshot or something. First person to use code Smitty, a real screenshot, use today, and send me proof. The first two people will get their choice of their team colored Underdog shirt. This is a Kenneth Walker version. This is a Seattle Seahawk version. We got all kinds of versions. This right here, don't mind the colors. The blue lights in here obviously change it a little bit. This is a Trevor Lawrence Law Dog color shirt. Underdog, giving away 2 to the first people that send me a screenshot of using code Smitty. And when you click the link, it'll insert code Smitty for you. It'll show you. You just take a screenshot of that specific page. I will see you all later. Perps just dropped 20 gifted memberships. If you got a gifted membership from Perps, you better thank him. Hit that thumb up on the way out the door, please. It helps the channel. We only have 128 thumbs up. Thank you all. See you all later. Appreciate you. Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. Double that first deposit up to $100 dollar bills. Link pinned in the live chat. Link in the description. Do the higher lows. Draft the mittens for the playoff mittens. I love drafting the playoff mittens. They're probably the most fun draft is the playoff mittens. And they'll be closing soon. So you want to get a jump in predicting. Look, playoff mittens are so strategic because you're predicting not only who makes the playoffs, you got to have that knowledge. You're predicting who's going to be in a wild card spot because you got to win wild card week, and you're predicting every single turn, twist and turn. So complicated. The strategy's through the roof. Go play a mitten on Underdog Fantasy promo code Smitty. Link in the live chat and description.